Okay, so you didn't fail, you just quit before you got good. My point is here that most people don't fail, they just quit before they get good. It's not that you're not talented, you just stopped before your skill had time to grow. So it's not that you're not meant for it, it's just that you gave up before you got good at it, essentially. There's so many things that I have like started to do or tried to do, and the only thing stopping me being really successful at those things is just that I'm not doing them no more. If I continue to do them, then I'd be successful at them. You know, you'll get successful at the things that you continue working on and you continue doing. So yeah, it's not that you fail. You didn't fail. You just quit before you got good. If you continue doing anything, you're gonna get good at it naturally. You're gonna learn. There's only so many times you can make a mistake. Eventually, you're gonna learn. Eventually, you're gonna learn that okay, I need to stop doing that. That burns. You know that hurts when I do that. So yeah, if there's anything you feel like you failed at, just look at it from another perspective. That you didn't fail at it. If you would have continued doing it, and if you do continue doing it, you're gonna get better at it ultimately. Your life can feel like this song. So ultimately, it's just there's loads of nature clips, and I have stitched them together. And I guess the song must be a pretty feel good song as well. Um, I think my point here is that life can feel good, and life does feel good if you choose it to feel good. You know, if you make the choice that your life is going to be good, if you make the choice that life is going to feel good, then it will be. If you're making choices on the other end of the spectrum, then you know that's the life you're going to live as well. But ideally, yeah, choose to be happy. Choose to live a life that you are happy with. Choose to live a life that makes you happy. Choose to have a good day. Choose to wake up tomorrow and have a good day. Choose to feel good. Choose to be healthy. Choose to spend your days doing something you enjoy. Choose to laugh. Choose to do things that fulfill you. Like, it's just a choice. You can choose to do these things. Start with hope. So I made a post that said hope is a good place to start. So like when you hope for something, it's a good place to start. But my point was, it's just a starting point. Don't end with hope. Like hope is a good step one, but in hope there's a bit of uncertainty. If you're hoping for something, then you're not 100% on it. You're just hoping for it. So like yeah, if there's something that you don't believe at all, if there's something you doubt, then yes, start with hope. But once you get to hoping to something, start to expect it and start to expect it, and then before long, you'll be believing in it, and before long you'll know it. You won't have to hope for it or believe in it or expect it because it will just be reality. So my post said, hope is a good place to start. When you want something and don't think it will happen, start with hope. If you get to hoping for something, start to believe it. When you believe it, start to expect it. There's some doubt in hope and belief, but expectation is knowing. So start with hope, but don't stay there. Move forward. Whatever you impress on your subconscious mind will be expressed on the screen of space as conditions, circumstances, and events. So, with that in mind, you should be careful of and conscious of all the ideas that you entertain in your subconscious mind, which I think, yeah, to me, self explanatory. it's a case of your life will just be a reflection of what's going on in your mind. Your life will just be a reflection of the thoughts that you entertain, the thoughts that you think repeatedly, the things that you've, allowed to impress on your mind, your subconscious mind. So with that in mind, yeah, just be more conscious of it. Be more conscious of what you are choosing to think about repeatedly. Be conscious of what you're choosing to feel repeatedly. And just be more selective over it. Because yeah, I strongly believe that whatever you think repeatedly, and you entertain repeatedly and you talk about repeatedly, does get imprinted in your mind. And what gets imprinted in your mind will be reflected in your life, in conversations you have with other people, in just circumstances that happen, things that happen out of the blue, events that happen, the way you feel. All these things have an impact. All these things come from what's imprinted in your subconscious mind. So yeah, just be more conscious of it. I mean, for me, I don't even like saying certain words. I don't even like. I'm very particular about the conversations I involve myself in and the things I think about, the things I see on social media, the things if I'm scrolling, if I just don't even like to, I just scroll past certain things that I don't want imprinted in my mind, because I'm conscious of the fact that everything that I come across is input, and I want as much positive input as possible. So yeah, I like to fill my mind with success stories, people winning, ideas, this kind of content. I like to impress my subconscious mind with things that give me power, essentially. It takes strength to choose these things. It takes strength to choose eating clean, ignoring the news, working out regularly, reading, and working towards your goals. Keep going. I guess it does take strength, yeah. I mean, not too much though, to be honest with you. It's just a choice. So I don't know if I fully agree with the word in here, but it's a start, I guess if you're not doing any of those things at all, if you're not doing any of those things, if you just find it impossible to ignore the news, if you find it hard to eat clean, if you don't work out as regularly as you like, if you don't read, if you don't make progress towards your goals, okay, cool. It takes some strength to start doing those things, for sure. But once you get started with those things, it's harder to stop doing them than it is to do them, because it just becomes like a habit and it becomes natural, second nature. But the reason I mentioned these things, I mean, the ignoring the news goes to what we just said. It's not necessarily ignoring the news. I don't want to kind of make out like the news is some thing that we need to ignore or give too much attention to. It's more just about just ignoring the things that are not aligned with what you want in your life. That's what I do. If it's not something I want in my life, I don't really pay attention to it, to be honest. Because yeah, as I said, I'm thinking that everything that I let marinate in my mind is gonna be perpetuated, is gonna be more, essentially. Eating clean is one of the most, it's one of the best things that I've done with my life, to be honest. Eating clean. When I say eating clean, I mean just knowing the ingredients that I'm putting in my body, and that ideally they came out of a out of the ground, or out of an animal, or out of the sea, or off a tree, as opposed to out of a lab. You know, I want natural things. I want natural foods and drinks in my body as much as possible. You know, yeah, everything I can do to get more of those things in my body and less of the others, and the other things out my body, or however you want to put it, the more I do that. And yeah, I don't even know if I need to go into the benefits of that, but it's just, I feel so much better having done that. And my mind is clearer. My mind is clear eating this way. I've got more energy. The clear mind thing is a noticeable difference. Like if I will eat like chocolate or greasy food or excessively, don't get it twisted, I love chocolate. I want to make that clear. I actually love chocolate more than I think people know. But when I eat too much of it, I don't feel, my mind is not clear. My mind is foggy. My mind is, it's just not, I'm like a beat behind. You know, I'm not on point. Whereas when I eat clean, yeah, all those things are reversed. I'm on point. My mind is clear. It's clear what I've got to do and what I've got to not do. I'm focused. Reading, working out working out goes the same. You know, I feel a lot more. I don't need to tell you the benefits of working out. Just work out, eat clean, read, and make progress towards your goals. If you want, this is how I live. It's up to you. Think of your goal and get familiar with the feeling of it. People, circumstances, and events will be moved to make it happen. Think of your goal, get familiar with the feeling of it. People, circumstances, and events will be moved to make it happen. So what I'm saying here is essentially, from my understanding, this is how this system works. When you are thinking about something, again, talking about impressing your subconscious mind, it's all connected. If you're thinking about something and then you're also getting familiar with how it feels, for me, when I say for me, it's common knowledge by now, I'm sure, that brings things into your life. So it brings what you're thinking and feeling about into your life. That's what happens. And I said people, circumstances, and events will be moved to make it happen, meaning exactly that. Like things will shift, like everything that needs to happen to bring that into the world that you're, clearly thinking and feeling and kind of, putting energy towards. Everything that needs to happen will happen. All the people that need to do, all the conversations you need to have, all the people that need to be involved, all the circumstances, all the events, it will just happen through no energy or effort of your own. You ain't even got to think about it. Well, not think about your goal. But the point of this one was like, you just do your part where you've got clear on what it is you want and you got clear on the feeling of it. Then the outside world will just move in your favour. And this is what happens for me. This is what happens. And so much so that as long as I know I'm thinking about what I want and I'm feeling what I want, so much so that I just know whatever happens, even if it looks like a disaster, that it's not, it's literally things moving in order to give me, or bring the circumstances to me that I'm putting energy into. 6 habits that changed my life. We've spoke about a couple of them already. So eating clean, working out, running. I started running a long time ago. I started running, I think 2017. I started off running around my block. So to the top of my road, which is not, it's just a road, it's not that long. I ran to the top of it, and then I ran up to a roundabout, that was, I'd say, 100 meters, maybe 150 meters from the top of my road. I ran around the roundabout and then I ran back. So altogether, that's probably 500 meters. This is what I done in 2017. 4 o'clock in the morning. I did this before a shift at a factory, and I had to stop at least once, probably twice during the run because I was just so out of breath. And yeah, point being, I kept doing that, and I was able to run further and further and further, etc. But I've been doing it for a long time, and running is just always, it feels good. I feel like I felt once like blood going into my head, and I noticed, and I'm waffling here a little bit, but I felt blood going into my head after doing it. This was in the early days, and then I contemplated like, okay, that must be a good thing that blood is circulating around my brain, and running has caused that. So yeah, nonetheless, kept running, still run to this day. Ideally, the other few habits I mentioned are meditation. I mean, wow, do that. For real, do that. What that did for me was, again, clear. I think I mentioned a clear mind a lot. Clear mind's important because I just prefer a clear mind. A clear mind is important. Why is meditation important? For so many reasons. I want a clear mind, but also my intuition is better. My intuition has got better since I've been meditating. And to me, what that means is I just make better choices. For me, what that means is I know what to do, I know what to say, and I'm just always like self-assured that I'm making the right decision, because like my gut instinct is just crystal clear on what I'm supposed to do, and that has developed since I've meditated, and around the same time, 2017, something around those times when I started doing it. But yeah, also just like I'm a lot calmer since I've meditated. I have a calmer. I'm just calmer. Like I'm unflappable. So there was right, course. I had a job once, and I had my license for like I'd had my license for like 3 years, but I hadn't drove a car. I didn't buy a car, so I had my license, didn't have a car, and then I had a job as a recruitment consultant, and the director brought a company car for me to use to go and like see clients, and I hadn't drove since I passed my test, so we got in the car together just to check if I was comfortable driving this big car that he brought. And again, I hadn't drove for a long time, so I got in the car, and it was a disaster essentially. I was in the car park and started to drive the car, and it was just like jolting all over the place, and like it wasn't in gear, and I nearly like crashed into a barrier. Very nearly, I didn't. But point being, why I'm telling this story, he commented on the fact that I didn't like flap. I think that's the word he used. I didn't flap, and that's my point. That's kind of meditation has helped me with that. Like when things seem to be going bad, I'm just pretty like all the way. I'm pretty chill. I don't have a big emotional reaction about it. I can handle pretty much anything. Yeah, so there's that one: meditation, working out, eating clean, running, reading and writing. So all this stuff I'm sharing, pretty much everything on SBMD, I've got from reading. I've got from watching some people on YouTube videos, but reading mainly, reading books. I talk about books on this channel that I've recommended. So reading, but not even just about this stuff. I read just for fun. Fiction I'm talking about, like fantasy books. When I say that's changed my life, I don't know. I just enjoy it. I enjoy reading. nonetheless, no matter what it's about. You know, I mean, it's got to be about topics I'm interested in and I enjoy. But for me, yeah, reading's definitely a habit that changed my life, and writing is another one. So like any kind of thoughts I get whenever I'm like mentally overwhelmed, there's a lot on my mind. I write just my thoughts down in a notebook, literally, and I just feel better afterwards. Okay, then what have we got next? Everyone should know these. Quiet mind, intuition, raising vibration. Okay, I went in here. Um, Intuition, raising vibration, alignment, synchronicity, clean eating. I love clean eating. Oneness, meditation, and you live forever. So just touching on these briefly. A quiet mind. What does that mean to me? I've said it many times. The benefits that come from a quiet mind. It's just you. It's me being clear on what I'm supposed to do. It's me knowing the two options I've got in front of me, which one I should take. It's me just being at peace. It's me being relaxed. It's me being calm. It's me being focused. It's just it's my mind just being quiet essentially. It's not there's not like chatter and there's not like conflict. It's just it's quiet. Okay. Intuition. This is more about the decisions. This is more about understanding kind of what to say, what to do, choices to make, which option to go with. Should I go left or right? I always go left, but intuition is just knowing about what decision to make. Intuition is also about when I'm focusing on a goal and circumstances are moving to make it happen. Intuition is also me being aware of an opportunity that comes into place in order to help me get that goal. Raising vibration. This is just about all of these things essentially: clean eating, working out, meditating, thinking positive inputs, etc. All of these things ultimately to me raise my vibration, and to me that means I just feel better. I'm at a better level where now I'm at a higher level, I'm at a more positive level where now more positive things are happening in my life, more things to appreciate is going to happen. Whereas, yeah, we don't need to talk about the opposite because the opposite is the opposite. If you're have a low vibration, you're in a bad mood, negative things happen, so ideally I want to be higher, so better things happen. Alignment. What does it mean to be in alignment? What does it mean to be in alignment? To be in alignment to me means I'll tell you what, I'm doing all these things. I'm exercising, I'm working out, I'm meditating every day, I'm eating clean. When I do these things, I am in alignment. Like that's all there is to it. I can feel when I'm in alignment because things are flowing nicely. I see like a flock of birds. Something just crazy happens. Like I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll throw this pen and it will just like land like in a bucket that's like this small. Like for example, just that's an example. That's never happened, but like something like 1 in a million will happen in front of me. That's when I know I'm in alignment, and that leads to the next one, synchronicity. So that is like when those kind of things happen, when like something 1 in a million happens, it's a sign that it's a meaningful coincidence. It's a sign that something good. It's a sign that you're in alignment, and it's just the evidence is these 1 in a million things happen, or it could be like you hear 10 people say your name in passing. I'm just thinking top of my head here, but yeah, 1 in a million things happen. The synchronicities happen, like you're just something out of the blue happens, like you're working and then some new person comes into your workplace and then you get speaking to them and it turns out like they used to be your next door neighbour, something like that. Clean eating. This is about, again, repeating myself here. It's about eating clean, natural foods, not processed artificial chum is what I said. Chum is a funny word. Oneness. So my point here is that we're all one. Literally the whole world, every individual within it. We're all just one. We're all just one thing in different bodies, but we're all the same. Like literally, we're all the same. So with that in mind, you already know this information because you're telling it to yourself. Meditation, a tool for awareness. The way I do it is sitting in silence, listening to something like an air conditioner for 15 minutes. When I say listening to it, I mean I just don't really talk in my brain. I just listen to the sound. And when I do start chattering in my brain, I brush the thought aside and then go back to listening to the air conditioner. And I just do that on repeat for 15 minutes. Maybe it's a good session and I just have silence in my mind, or maybe the chatter does come up. But the point is the point is to get the reps in of focusing back on that sound. You live forever. You are more than your body. You are the infinite spirit which never dies. My point here is, from what I understand, this is just a body. Jordan Johnson has a body. But I am more than my body. I'm the spirit that is within my body, and this spirit lives forever. That's my thoughts on that one. Far from the crowd of the world, I put like a pic of nature here, and it's just the nose far from the crowd of the world. Which, yeah, sometimes it's good to do that. Sometimes it's good to get away from the crowd of the world. Sometimes it's good to just go somewhere quiet, get some peace and quiet. And I'm going to leave it there for now. This was good. I did actually like this. This was fun. So what I'm going to do is I post every day on TikTok and Instagram. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to record these every week or so. I'm going to record myself just giving my commentary on my posts, so you can get just some more insight into me, into my ideas. And I was inspired to do this. I think it's a good idea, and I hope you enjoyed it. If anyone watched this whole thing, then wow, you're my kind of person. So yeah, please drop me a comment and let me know what you think about this. And thanks again for watching.